certainly the Middle East has changed forever. It will not be status quo ante at all. Things are not going to go back to what they were before. That's for sure. Now, what comes in its place, it depends on, I think, realignments that will take place, reassessments that many Gulf countries may have to carry out. I mean, what happened to them? So many of them are feeling abandoned by the United States. Many feel that this American security umbrella, when the push came to shove, it was of no value to them because America didn't defend them.
All right. So again, Malia Lodi, former Pakistani ambassador to the U.S. That was last week on the Michelle Hussein Show. Significant voice and giving us some really good insight. Because I think one of the things we keep trying, it's very easy to hear, the American perspective, what we're hearing from the White House. But as you said, the impact of this war on Pakistan, I don't think we don't have the energy lines or gas lines here, but it's impacting many different nations on that side of the world very differently.
And Carol, I'd also say the UK, where I live, has been what the government has been hoping to do in terms of policy terms, its financial calculations, those have been upended because the UK is also a significant energy importer. And so it is not only places in Asia, it is also countries in Europe, and certainly the UK of the G7 nations is particularly exposed. So the ripple effects of this have been enormous. And I think Malia Lodi is right. The world, even at the point that we have an actual agreed ceasefire, the world is going to look and feel different.
Well, let's push that forward a little bit, because I'm wondering about the view of the United States and its role in the world, because you spent a lot of time looking into what happened in Venezuela and featuring guests on your program from Venezuela after the U.S. invaded Venezuela, or rather the U.S. took Nicolas Maduro here to New York. What about what's next and the way that the U.S. is viewed? It's certainly driven MAGA apart in the U.S., but has it put other world leaders on notice?
Well, look, it's understandable that the United States, the Trump administration, but more broadly, other elements of the United States are going to want to portray this as a positive moment. But other parts of the world will look at the events of the last 7 weeks and think that we also saw the limits of US military power, that with all its overwhelming military might, the United States had to send a high-level delegation to Pakistan to discuss things with the Americans. If you have overwhelming military power and other power, you don't need to have that kind of conversation.
So, Michelle, who feels emboldened then by this? And we've just got about 40 seconds.
Well, I think Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin will both have learned interesting lessons.